I'll say nothing.
Okay. Wait.
Brr, I can't last more than 5 minutes.
Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Kara ASMR. Today's video is very exciting because I received this package in the mail. I don't know what's inside of it. I know it's books. I talked to someone here on the channel and they said they would be sending me some bookish goodies, so I am too excited to even set up in front of my bookshelf. We're just gonna dive in. So the package comes looking like this. That is adorable. So the stuff comes from Greg's used books, movies, comics, games, and more. Comes a little address card. That's so cute. It's Alice in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite fairy tales from when I was a kid. So on top, I notice a few different things that aren't books. Looks like bookmarks. Oh my god. No. So first are these cute little fruity stickers that are gonna go straight into my journaling. So then there's this really cute bookmark that says, "This is where I fell asleep." And I fall asleep quite a bit when I'm reading late at night, so. And then there's this really pretty bookmark that I think is metal, with a little tassel hanging down. And it says, "Believe in the beauty of your dreams, Roosevelt." So that's really nice. It's one of those bookmarks I'm just gonna like keep in the packaging. We've all seen that video. We know I'm a psychopath. And then there were these cute little animal bookmarks. There's a frog, a parrot, a jaguar or leopard, a toucan, and a horse. Those are so adorable. Look at that. So on top, one of the first books I see is Leta Battle Angel. This is volume 1 by 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is a movie, if I'm not mistaken, that was really good last year. It came in, did really well in the theaters. I think I remember the trailer. She had like huge eyes. So then of course, if you guys don't know, maybe you do, I'm obsessed with Goosebumps. It was one of the first book series I read when I was growing up because I'm obsessed with all things macabre. And this is one that I actually don't have. It is Attack of the Mutant number 25 in the original line. And this is in really great condition. Like, it looks brand new. And then there is a book that's been on my TBR list for quite some time, and it's The Alchemist by 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲. This book I know nothing about, but a lot of people have recommended it to me throughout the years, and in high school it was really popular, so it's one that I've been dying to read. So then there is this gorgeous book called Scary Stories for Young Foxes by 𝐬𝐮𝐲𝐻. And I think this is part story, part illustration. Yeah, so it has like little illustrations for the different stories. It looks adorable. Yeah, so it's these foxes that are listening to these tall tales of the woods, and honestly, it just sounds like a great Halloween read. So then there is an old R.L. Stine book. He didn't just write Goosebumps, of course, we all know this, and it is The Boyfriend. Her boyfriend's back from the grave. And there's a little note pinned to the flower that says, "I will love you forever." We've all been guys like that, haven't we? So one of my favorite authors of all time was Christopher Pike. I have his Thirst books, the vampire novels, and he also wrote a bunch of teenage horror, like high school horror, and on the football field, and the classrooms, things like that. So there are 2 Christopher Pike books in here. Scavenger Hunt, Pray They Don't Find What They're Looking For, and then Chain Letter to the Ancient Evil. This one looks terrifying. I wonder if it's the one that based the movie. Probably not. Christopher Pike actually had stories, not just blood.
You don't delete these. They threaten really terrible things.
Break the chain, lose a life?
Chain letter, junk mail.
There's Spider-Man books in here. Okay, so the next book is My Teacher is an Alien by Bruce Coville. Susan and Peter's 6th grade class has been invaded. I love the old 80s and 90s horror novels like this. They're quick to read, they're fun, there's a lot of story to go through, and some of them keep you on the edge of your seat. So there are 2 Spider-Man books in here. Everyone knows I love Spider-Man, that's like my thing. Peter Parker and Tom Holland, let's go. So there is Goblin's Revenge by Dean Wesley Smith. I think this is a novelization, and maybe it's not of the movie. Never mind. That's cool though. And then Spider-Man Down These Mean Streets by Keith R.A. DeCandia. So that is really cool. I've never seen novelizations that weren't from the films. That is really cool. So then there's some stuff that isn't part of books. There is Ponyo on Blu-ray and DVD. This is a Studio Ghibli film. I love Studio Ghibli films. What was the one? It's Spirited Away and Totoro were the ones I was thinking of. Loved those films. They were so great, and I can't wait to watch more Studio Ghibli. So then there is this The Werewolves of Miller's Hollow card game. I've never heard of this. Small town of Miller's Hollow has become infested with werewolves. The townsfolk must take immediate action and eradicate the menace before they are all devoured. Oh, okay, so there's instructions. I can figure out how to play this. I love macabre games. There's not many out there. You don't find many. That looks really cool, that artwork. It's beautiful. So then in the bottom of the box on the side, there is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix on cassette tape. I collect the cassettes. I have book 7, and it comes in like the VHS style case. It's all of them on cassette, and I do listen to them because I have a cassette player, but that's just a really cool addition to my collection. So then more books. There is Goodbye Chunky Rice by Craig Thompson, author of Blankets. I've never personally read Blankets, but my sister had to read it for a class, and she loved it. I was gonna read it, but I think this is a smaller way to jump into Craig Thompson's work, So then there is Clive Barker's The Scarlet Gospels. The only Clive Barker book I have read is The Hellbound Heart, which inspired Hellraiser, his franchise. This actually has Pinhead on the back of it, so I'm assuming this has to do with that book and that series. So then another Clive Barker book, Evervil. Again, I have only read one book by him, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. The only horror novels and authors that I really read are Dean Koontz and Stephen King, so I want to expand and reach out to other authors. So then there is the first volume in Fairy Tale by Hiro Mashima. This is a manga that I haven't heard of, but it looks really interesting just from the cover and the pages when I flip through. I love different mangas and trying them out. I don't read many. I've read Tokyo Ghoul and Death Note, and I like them, and I want to expand, so maybe a good place to start. So then there is the Coraline audiobook on CD by Neil Gaiman. We have all heard of Coraline. It is probably the movie that scared us as kids, and also the book. I loved this book when I was younger. It was such a great Halloween read, and I remember a lot of teachers were like, why are you reading a scary book? I love scary stuff though, and this is really neat, so I'm definitely going to put this into my CD player. I'll probably burn it down to my iPod too, so there's one more book, but before I get to that, these are Boris Series 2 Fantasy Continues comic images. They're trading cards, adult-oriented trading cards for fantasy. So I don't know, I'm gonna open these off camera, after I finish filming this video, but these look really neat. So then the last book in this entire thing is Batman, Harley and Ivy by Paul Dini. I love Paul Dini's work. I have his Harley and Joker collection that is the retelling of the Batman animated series episodes where Harley was introduced. This is Harley and Ivy's adventures. So they have a lot of adventures in the animated series. Harley, Ivy, and I think Catwoman, so Selena, are like a trio, and they're crime fighting, but also they rob places. They're along the lines of good or bad. So I'm so excited to dive into this. I love Paul Dini. I love his artwork. I mean, just look at that. That is so gorgeous. So that is all that came in the package. Thank you so much, Greg. This was absolutely amazing. I'm going to, I don't know what to pick at first. I don't know where I'm going to start, but this is great. So thank you so much, Greg. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, remember you're beautiful, you're wonderful, and you're loved. Bye.